Good morning. Do I need this? This morning we presented a vision of data center futures called the Intelligent Data Center. And it's something we've been developing for the last 6 months or so inside Gartner. And it talks to the evolution of the data center as a concept, and where we think it's going over the next 5 years. And I say as a concept because historically data centers were a thing. They were a building that we cared about. CIOs around the world now are talking to us and they're asking about not their one data center, but how to build a strategy linking multiple data centers around the world or around a region. And linking it not only for production, but linking it for business continuity. So if there's any major disaster, if there's any minor disaster, if there's anything at all that impacts the production environment, the data center delivery as a process continues to go. So it takes a whole different look at what we call business continuity or IT continuity relative to the business. And it also takes a look at not data centers as a physical construct anymore, but as a concept, which then ties in cloud services, ties in co-location services, hosting services, all these things. So what's happening is CIOs around the world are beginning to think, I guess broader would be the phrase, about data centers. It's no longer the one thing they care about. It's the delivering of IT services to the business that's most important. And by delivering, we mean continuously delivering, regardless of what's happening in the outside world. So that said, in a high-level concept, this is what we're using with clients, help them understand what it means. And we take the idea of what's called pace layering. It's an architectural term, and it refers to a way to look at a building, and that the building itself ages at different speeds. It has different life cycles. The outside of the building, the concrete, the steel structure has one layer, it has one life cycle. The internal mechanical electrical systems, they have another life cycle. The way they maintain them is different. The inside of the building, the office concepts, the furniture has another life cycle. We maintain that differently. From an IT point of view, people are beginning to look at data centers the same way. Applications are not all the same. So where we run these applications, how we run these applications, who should own them, changes based on what we're trying to deliver to the business and why. So in this example here, we look at 3 types of systems. Systems of record, most data centers, most IT shops, that's the core systems, the things that run the business. The applications we wrote 20, 30 years ago sometimes, they are the foundation of the business. Those stay on-premise in most cases, they stay within the data center. Then you have systems of differentiation. These are the ones that are more forward-thinking. They differentiate one business from another. They're the market edge that differentiates your business to your customers from your competition. These systems could run on-premise. They could run in a hosting facility. They could run a co-location facility. It really doesn't matter. They're not quite as critical as a system of record, but they're still important. And what's really interesting is the new ones. These are the systems of innovations. These are the current applications we're developing for forward-thinking, outward-reaching, client-facing applications, mobile applications, tablet-based applications. The demand for these applications is different than demands for the systems of records and systems of differentiation. These applications need to be very fast, in many cases small. Clients expect very fast upgrades, very fast delivery cycles. And so IT itself begins to have to relook at how we deliver applications. There's a term out there called DevOps right now, which is how do you take the best of development, fast development, and the best of operations and integrate those together to deliver applications fast to your customers. When you take that idea, suddenly you realize that many of these systems of innovation don't need to necessarily run in a traditional IT shop. It could run from a cloud provider. It could run in a private cloud somewhere else. But the definition of how we run it and where we run it really is dictated by how fast we need to deliver it and how responsive we need to be to the business. Overall, the evolution of this idea of the intelligent data center. So it's It's a global topology. It's enterprises looking at data center and delivery of IT services from a global perspective versus a building by building level. It is RTO driven, recovery time objectives. It's all about how fast that application needs to be available to the business if it fails. And all applications aren't created equal. And there are some core ones that fundamentally need to be available within minutes or even seconds of failure. And we need to design backup and recovery for those applications based on that recovery time. But there's a lot of other ones. There might be 2 hours, 4 hours, 2 days, and the business can still survive. And we design their recovery based on that strategy. So it's not recovery to the same site, it's recovery to sites designed specifically for that objective. So in this case, we could have sites that are active-active, meaning 2 applications can run at the same time in the same place, or in 2 places at once, or active-passive. And those things dictate how far away the sites can be because of the speed of the networks. So there's a whole series of things which tie together here. The focus long-term about this strategy is that it's no longer about the physical building. It's about the applications and delivery of services to the business. So as an IT organization, I need to develop my overall strategy, whether it be regional or global, around what I have to deliver to the business when. And the idea is that no matter what happens outside the control of IT, whether it be weather or natural disasters or terror or whatever, the continuity of IT services to the business needs to be maintained. And this is at the application level, not at the building level. Okay, your turn. Okay.